Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you. Because spirit is not bound, sorry pretty kitty, to our time and space continuum until the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Do you get what I'm saying? So let us check our spiritual voicemail and see what's what. Shall we? Do let's. So I didn't have what's happening? Oh. So didn't have anything stand out for a message today. Yeah, not a whole lot of, but that's okay, because we don't always get the overall reaching messages before we do the things. To be honest, I had totally zoned out during the pre-shuffle. Well, I mean, I usually do. That's how I get the overreaching messages. But at any rate, it's where we are. All right, one more and a cut. Heavy. Must persevere. Must persevere. All right, well, here we go. Your dreams need a practical plan and the moon. Your dreams need a practical plan and the moon. I'm not gonna lie, I was told to write stuff down the same way that I had said it to y'all, and I didn't write down a ding dang thing. The moon, and it could be, I don't know where to start. I'm hearing, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to go. Try free writing. Try free writing. Work through your fears. Temperance and the Two of Wands. Work through your fears. Okay, and your hard work is paying off. The Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and Knight of Wheels. Oh, you Knight of Wheels. You know, I've been celebrating your arrival for the last 3 years now, my guy. For the last 3 years. I know that it's slow. I know that when the Knight of Wheels comes up, that it's slow. I didn't realize that it was this slow. My God. Okay. Your dreams need a practical plan with the moon. And I did mention free writing. There are, what are you doing? Are you just laying down? What's happening? I love you so hard. Okay. I do. Okay. Full moon in Taurus. Isn't that where we just were? Isn't that where that full moon just was? In Taurus? I thought so. Anywho, or is it Scorpio? Is it new moon in Scorpio? Son of a gun. Okay. been really hard to focus. This is what I'm talking about with like that heaviness, you know, and wanting to just persevere and push through, one foot in front of the other, having just enough light to know where that next step should go. Also, is usually the two dogs historically depicted on the moon card indicates, well, illustrates that you can go one of two ways. You can either go to the light or go to the dark. There's so much that you don't know resides in the shadows. It is the time of deep trust in spirit and trusting that spirit is going to bring you through. This is like the valley of the shadow of death time here. And being called to dream and plan while you are in this mode here. Yes, it is a tall order, but you are able to fulfill it. Work through your fears with temperance and the Two of Wands. There is a fear of change and also a fear of leaving something behind, or the fear of taking the wrong path. And it ties into this moon card. This fear of taking the wrong path ties into the moon card, because I don't know where along the lines we thought that the spiritual journey was going to be easy all of the way. That's not how this works. It's not at all how this works. I was just talking about this with a friend of mine. This path is not for the faint of heart. Because we are called to face the deepest, darkest parts of ourselves with the moon, and we are called to take responsibility for the roles that we play. Not only for the roles that we play. Let's keep it at that. We are responsible for the decisions we make. And as much as we want to lean and depend on spirit and say, Jesus, take the wheel, you still have to pay attention when you put the car on cruise control. You still got to watch for traffic. You still got to keep the car steady. Don't talk to me about the Tesla self-driving cars right now. You understand where I'm going with this. You can't just stand back and let spirit take care of your tiny day-to-day issues that you are perfectly capable of handling yourself. Because we've been seeing miracles take place in our lives, and we've seen spirit. We have seen spirit come in and intercede for our mundane activities. I know I've seen it. But The reason we are here on earth at this time is because there is something for us to learn on this heavy, dirty planet. There are things here that we have to perfect with temperance. Seeds that we have been called to plant in our everyday lives that are going to have a place in making effective change. Taking all of these things and turning it into something new. The something new is scary because we don't know what it is. And the Two of Wands is like that. Like you're called to take a path on the fork in the road, but you don't know what that road is going to lead you to. Is it going to be straight and narrow, or is it going to be rocky? We never know. And just because it's straight and narrow doesn't mean that it's the right one. Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wheels. Taking this step towards something new also ignites a new passion within you with the Ace of Wands, something that you will have to grab a hold of in order to see it come and turn into something, right? But the Chariot is here. It's fully supporting this Two of Wands. You make that step, here comes the passion, and then Spirit comes in and takes the other way. But Spirit needs you to make a choice. It's like when your guardian angels, even though they're around and they're waiting, they can't come in and do anything unless you ask them. The Chariot can't show up unless you move. Now, you've been sitting here waiting on the Knight of Wheels. I had mentioned at the top of the reading, man, I've been singing the praises of your impending arrival for the last 3 human years. I'm ready for you to show up, Knight of Wands. I'm ready for you to show up. Right in my face and hand me the keys to my chest. Say thank you for waiting. Here is the rest. Hard work's paying off, and it's going to take you places too. What you've been doing, it's going to take you places, baby. It's going to take you places. You will be here once you get in the car. One moment. Here you go, buddy. Thank you. Yep. Gonna take you places. Eight of Wheels, Knight of Cups, the Magician, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant. When you ask Spirit for patience, Spirit doesn't just poof, give you some patience while you're waiting. Actually, what happens is Spirit will give you a situation where you have to exercise much patience. Eight of Wheels. When you ask for consistency, Spirit doesn't just poof, give you the spirit of consistency, what spirit does is put you in 8 of wheels energy and put you in a position where you have to do something repeatedly over a period of time until you actually develop the consistency. Either way, with either illustration, there is work that is required from the skin suit. We don't get to sit and wish our wonderful lives to take place. That is not what spirituality is for. That might have been what we thought it was when we first got in it. But now that we've been in it for a minute or two and have started to cultivate this relationship with spirit, we are starting to find out that, oh shit, this is just as much work, if not more, than it was before I even started this path. But now that I understand the merits of it, I really can't go back, man. I can't. You know what? 2 of Wands, you made the choice to link up with spirit and see how deep this rabbit hole goes. You know what? There's some really weird muffins in this bitch. Weird ones. And so you find yourself in this like 8 of wheels energy where you are now singing playing cards are pretty normal, right? You're not even freaking out about that anymore. And you know what? If you want to paint the roses red, then we got to paint the roses red. Fine. Let's work on it. Let's work on it. Let's make sure that the petals are good enough that we can deceive the Queen of Hearts. Knight of Cups. And we're going into this with an open heart, right? Not closed off to any of the strange things that we've seen thus far. You've been bigger than a house. You've been smaller than a pea. You sang with flowers, and you know what? There was a dodo who was a captain of a ship. Still don't understand what that was, but you know, go off. So even with this new world that you have immersed yourself in, you are still viewing all of these marvelous things and receiving them with an open heart, Knight of Cups. And you're starting to understand that you actually have an active role in this new life that you are making for yourself with the Magician. Part of the thing that makes it so scary is that you are open. Okay, vulnerability. Vulnerability is scary, especially if you have been hurt before and you don't want to hurt again. Shutting everyone out and closing yourself way off is actually the easiest remedy, but it is also the most dangerous, because we are put here together at this time to interact and learn from one another. And as much as some of us would like to seclude ourselves from humanity and just focus our studies on all of the things that are larger than us, you know, really practice this here magic, we need each other to be able to do it. Making a world a better place for the generations that come behind you is the true magic. Understanding that puts you in a really good place as far as your self-esteem is concerned. How has anyone else noticed, like, you start looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, man, I look good today. hair's growing, skin's clearing up, your clothes, even if you've had the same clothes for years, all of a sudden they like look nicer, like, that type of thing. Like, you're being recognized here in the physical with the Queen of Wands, being recognized for who you are and for what it is that you're offering. And here comes the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, please. The Knight of, you know what, sir, I'm not doing this with you today. I'm not doing it with you today. Again, with, nope, where is it? There it is. With this Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands is coming in here. Mr. Saturday Night. All thoughts are in the gutter. And the Knight of Wands is here to offer unbridled passion for a short period of time. Hey everyone, come and see how good I look. With the Hierophant. Studying all things spiritual, otherworldly, studying the universal knowledge and applying it in theory. Yeah, in theory. Bunch of exercises. One moment, please. Pretty kitty, look. Now, I am not installing a cat door in my bedroom, but you are killing me, Petey. Now come over here and sit down. You may actually be called on to speak on the things that you have taken the time to learn. Yeah. Just think about that. Because make no mistake, to get to Hierophant status, to get to Hierophant status, sacrifice is required. Sacrifice of time and energy and what you've known up until today. And even though the text that is studied is ancient text, it is still relevant in modern day times. And will continue to be modern, and will continue to be relevant in the deep future. It's why we need it. It's very much a part of who we are as a species. Like we need it, because we're not able to wrap our human brains around the totality of who we truly are, because we are a young species. And if we really knew exactly what we're capable of, it is not a guarantee that we would use it for good. I mean, look at all of the things that are needing to be balanced out now with a little bit of knowledge that we have about ourselves to today. There are people who have taken something as beautiful as the ancient text and have weaponized it. The Hierophant has a huge responsibility to do right by the material that they have become acquainted with. Heavy is the head. Heavy is the head. 9 of Cups, 3 of Wheels, High Priestess, 2 of Wheels, Page of Wands, and Page of Swords. You want to be happy. You want to be satisfied with where you are and with what you have. Getting to this 9 of Cups means that you have seen the confusion and triumphed over it. You have made peace with your juvenile self. 5 of Cups. You've built a family from complete strangers. 3 of Pentacles. No, 3 of Cups. Oh shit. And you have opened your heart to witness firsthand the majesty of love. Ace of Cups, once you get here. And it's a nice little spot to sit and rest for a minute. You know, see your central figure here? He's just kind of chilling, looking at his cups like, yeah, man. Made it past the 8 and now I'm here, started from the bottom. Feeling pretty good. However, remember not to get too comfortable. This is just a 9. There are more cups to go. Rest. Give yourself a quick pat on the back. But do not thumb your nose at those who are not where you are. Okay? Don't do that. Because there's more work to do. The 3 of Wheels, High Priestess, and there are more conversations to be had with Spirit, with the High Priestess. And you ain't gonna be able to tell everybody what it is y'all talked about. 98% of this information that's about to be passed on to you is for you only. So you're not going to be in a position where you get to wax poetic about what thus says the Lord. This is for you. So you'll have to balance what you're getting, these messages that you're getting from Spirit, with what you're doing in your everyday life. Right? Making sure that you are happy with the person that you are becoming, that you are balanced in the person that you are, that you're about to be. You know, you keep one head in the ethers and one foot on the ground. Keep it together, man. And then we've got Page of Wands here. This is like teenage love, sorta. The poem writing part of it. Just want to shout it from a mountaintop. Never felt like this before. But it's Page of Swords, like I've never thought like this before either. These things that are coming in for you, this hard work paying off energy with these two, this is new. You may not have ever received accolades for the work that you put in. I mean, ever. And there are some people who have just been passed over and passed over and passed over all of their life, and all of a sudden you get your pageantry and your accolades. Now you have to, now you need to know how to act. And I'm not saying, just like, oh shucks and do. No. But there is a way to graciously win and graciously lose. And you're coming into your winning phase. You might have been used to losing all this time, getting passed up, passed over, taken for granted, what have you, all the other things that go along with that, right? You may be real used to that. But if someone comes in and actually gives you a legitimate pat on the back with a significant award that you can actually see and feel, this might be some new shit. So you're learning how to, you're learning how to receive these things with grace and still be that person, that work in progress that you are striving to become, right? Not the holier than thou one. Because that's the thing, like the high priest, get it out. See, the high priestess is one who knows much but says little. But she's not walking around thumbing her nose at people who don't know as much as she does. This new information, this new frame of mind, it puts you, it doesn't set you worlds apart, but it's a big step. It's a very big step. All right. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. And I will see you next time. Bye now.